Hey everybody, welcome back to Flag/Fan Friday. Hope you liked the Myanmar episode. So as you know, this is the part where I either fix some of the mistakes that were in the video or I talk about stuff that didn't quite make it into the video. We meant to say that there's over 1,000 types of bird in Myanmar, not just 100. Although technically we did get it right because there are over 100, but still, we should have said 1,000. And a lot of you guys said that you wanted us to mention this guy, former UN General Secretary U Thant. He was the first non-European to hold the title. And funny thing is, he actually was supposed to be in the video, but we had to cut it out because of timing. And we were gonna use him as an example to show that in Myanmar, people don't have last names or patronyms. Also, it is very common for people in Myanmar to lack surnames or patronyms. For example, former UN Secretary General U Thant, his name is just Thant. The U is just a title for Mr. So people are really calling him Mr. Thant. I also wanted to mention how this thing, a mythical creature called a chinthe, is also kind of like a symbolic image of Myanmar and also many other countries in Southeast Asia. You see it a lot on temples and like pagodas and statues all over the place, even in the middle of the street. It's even on their money. I also kind of wanted to mention how they celebrate New Year's in Myanmar. I think we already mentioned it in the Lao episode, but basically people splash each other with water to symbolize the end of the dry season. You see this all over Southeast Asia though, so it's not just unique to Myanmar. And there's probably a lot of other things we could have discussed, but if you want to mention anything, just feel free to put it in the comments. Otherwise, we gotta get to the flag. So without further ado... it's not Myanmar, it's our Myanmar. I love that joke. Sometimes I forget that this is an educational channel. Anyway, the flag. The flag of Myanmar is a horizontal tricolor of yellow, green, and red with a white five-pointed star in the middle. It's funny because it's basically the flag of Lithuania, but with a star, and it uses the Pan-African colors, even though obviously it's not an African country. The star symbolizes the significance of a unified country. The yellow stands for solidarity, the green stands for peace, tranquility, and the lush green vegetation of the country, and the red stands for... courage and determination. Yeah, sorry, no blood this time. Courage and determination. Now, keep in mind, this flag was actually adopted in 2010, shortly before the democratic shift in politics. Prior to that, they used various iterations of the Union of Burma and Socialist Republic flags, back when the country was under a unitary political system. Prior to that, they had this flag for like 2 years prior to independence. Prior to that, they were under Japan. And prior to that, they were under British Burma. And prior to that, they were under British India. Historically, there are two major kingdoms and dynasties that had their own flags too. There's the Kongbao Kingdom that ended in the 19th century, and the Hantawadi Kingdom that ended in the 16th century. Interesting how they use the peacock in so many of their symbols. I mean, it is their national bird. And speaking of symbols, the national seal. Adopted in 2008, the image depicts a gold and red seal with the map of Myanmar in the center, surrounded by olive branches, extending outward to laurel branches and a five-pointed star on top. Below the seal, guarded on either side, are the mythical chinthe creatures. Finally, at the bottom lies a scroll written in Burmese reading, "The Republic of the Union of Myanmar." From the 70s all the way up to the late 2000s, they had this seal. It had blue chinthes on the side and a cogwheel to symbolize the Socialist Republic that they were under. Yeah, the cogwheel, you see that a lot in socialist imagery. Before that, they used a black and white version right before independence. And prior to that, they were pretty much under the Kongbao dynasty, which used the peacock as an image to represent their royal household. So yeah, chinthes, peacocks, a touch of gold and unity. That's Myanmar. Alright, so that's just about it, which means you know what time it is. Viagra fan mail time! Alright, let's do this, but before we start, we gotta bring in some guest stars. You remember them from the Myanmar episode, Jilian and Kaleb. Caleb, how you doing? He's expecting. Postcards.
All right, so I have Evan from Moldova here. This card shows some random shopping mall on the front. You gotta love that Soviet charm.
Here we got Arin from Thailand.
Let's see, we got Samuel who visited Zurich. Beautiful city.
Khalil. He says, I hope you make a clip about Thailand and I hope you do it properly and carefully.
But you're gonna have to help me with it.
Gentleman or lady from Sweden. How about that? And we got a bird.
All right, this is Hawaii from Kate. This is for Ken.
Hi, Ken. From Amsterdam.
I'm totally not
Wow,
here.
Ken.
Wow.
Oh, that's for you. From
Where'd you
Amsterdam.
come
Well, thank you.
I didn't say you could leave the dungeon.
This is from a gentleman named Alfred, and he's got a question for you. Can you guess where Manask is?
Well, I'm guessing since the postage stamp says République Française, it's probably France. Come on, you gotta hide it better, dude. Come on. All right, so first letter is, this is the first time we've gotten from this country, the Central African Republic, Fostan. He draws the flags. My English is not good, but I love the show, and my name is Fostan. I am from the Central African Republic. Surprised you wrote in English. I mean, vous pouvez écrire en français, si vous voulez.
Ah, oui.
So I have a letter from Ronan, and he is from Yorkshire, England. I hope you guys can have some pork pies and Yorkshire puddings.
Yorkshire pudding is so good. Have you guys had Yorkshire pudding?
I've seen a Yorkshire miniature dog. It was
Yeah,
like
it's just them
I had
in
one,
pudding
actually.
form.
oh,
They're so small.
blended dog.
Nope.
Well, let's not talk about what I do on Thursdays.
So we've got Bruce, who's from Chicago. Both of his parents are from immigrants from Poland. And in Poland, there's a vodka called Zubrałka, which he tried to send you 750 milliliters of.
Oh,
But,
I would totally drink that.
My grandma says it is because the Zuber urinate on the grass, thus transferring its power to the grass and anyone who eats it.
I would definitely drink Buffalo Pea vodka.
Buffalo pea vodka. That's what I've been missing in my life.
All right, so let's see. I have Luca from Slovenia here. He says that every January they host the ski jumping world championships, and he sent a flag.
Slovenia!
Woo!
Ken, let's just go to Slovenia sometime. We gotta do a geography bee there. Caleb, you're invited too. Jillian, I don't know if you gotta earn your way, but let's see. Lucas from Williamsburg, Virginia. Hope this arrives in time for the Myanmar episode. Literally, this is the Myanmar Flag Friday episode, so who you got it? Alright guys, now let's open packages. This is from Joe and Daria, who adopted their daughter from Bulgaria. They actually, when they went to Bulgaria, they had a little bit of a culture clash. It was really amazing to go there, and they totally recommend visiting Bulgaria. When I opened this package, it smelled great because this happens every time we get something from Bulgaria. Everybody sends something made of roses. They are the world's largest rose producer, rose oil, everything roses. The Bulgarian flag.
It's a nice flag.
Bulgaria.
Sofia, the capital of Bulgaria.
Okay, this package, has these really cool magnets from Sri Lanka, but there is no name or letter in here. So thank you, whoever sent these from Sri Lanka.
Philip lives in Liverpool in the UK. He had a book
Wow.
published. They're
You're holding
taking to
it.
ride. That's really cool.
I think your name is Burham and Karina. He and his wife are American, but they teach English in Afghanistan, and they live there with their 2-year-old. What they sent, Afghani snacks.
Right.
Oh, it's made out of chickpeas. Any Afghan home would be sure to they would be sure to serve you these with some tea. And an Afghani hat. You look like a Renaissance painter.
Somehow works on you.
It actually
I don't
does.
know why.
Do I pass for an Afghani man?
Actually, the beard does make you pass.
Dude, I do have the beard.
The beard makes you pass as an Afghan, you know?
So I have a letter from Anton, who lives in Kazakhstan, and he sent several things.
I know what this is. This is one of the only few instruments I know how to play. This is a jaw harp. Check it out, check it out. You gotta go like this. I love this. I'm keeping this for sure.
Wait, this is an instrument?
Yeah.
Oh,
here.
I thought it was a pen holder.
Oh, he probably just put it in a box. That's not what this actually
Oh,
is.
this is very confusing.
It's like an ocarina. You know, Legend of Zelda.
The Ocarina of Time!
Yes. So,
Wow.
yeah,
That's
you play. Oh, France.
Marseille?
Marseille. That's France.
Marseille. From France. Salut! J'attends depuis...
Okay, here we go. Salut, je t'écris depuis Marseille, la plus belle ville de France. J'apprécie tes vidéos. Okay, so he sends really old French coins. Before the euro was adopted, they used French francs.
All right, I have a letter from Zane. Says that his parents were born in Egypt, so he's actually half Egyptian, but he lives in California.
Whoa! Really cool looking
Plate.
plate. But I love this more.
Clearly.
Let me try one of these.
This is Javier from Cuba. I sent a shirt about Cuba's rum production.
Oh!
Perfect for Mr. Paul.
Havana Club, El Ron de Cuba.
My dad is the first Cuban to be representing Cuba in a piano competition.
What?
In Utah.
Oh, in Utah.
Oh, okay.
So this is from Sarah from Malta, and there's no letter, but she left this little note, and it says, lots of twisties. Love Twistyland.
I think we know what this is.
Lots of twisties.
Lots of twisties. Pretty sure Keith is gonna want some of these, but do you guys want to have any of these?
Yes.
She didn't specifically say this is for Keith. She just
That's
said,
true.
all she said was lots of twisties. Keith's not here, it's his loss. All right,
That it?
we got one more big package.
Or as they say, package.
Bob from Maine. He sends us a little souvenir from Maine, stuff from the B&M factory. They've been around for over 100 years. Traditional New England style food.
Oh,
brown
this is
bread?
Bread in a can. So he said to toast this and put a generous portion of cream cheese on it.
There's
Interesting.
bread in there?
Yeah, it's bread in a can.
I don't believe it.
Hey, it's 99% fat-free.
99% fat-free.
This is what it looks like. I didn't even
Wait,
know.
there was
Wow, this fork is
It
just
almost, look at this.
not
Literally bent the fork. Oh my gosh, it looks like a really bad poop.
It's a turd!
Yay!
That was in a can. Cheers.
What is this?
It was in a can. Tastes
Bread
like
in a
it tastes
can.
like 4 levels below gingerbread.
Very molassesy.
But-
I am surprised though, or impressed by how moist it has stayed in
Yeah.
the can.
Being
Very thick.
constantly urinated by buffaloes.
He also sent beans, the state of Maine. I've never seen someone with more Maine pride than you, so kudos to you, man.
Go Bob.
All right, guys, so that's just about it. Before we go, you know what time it is. It's time for Return Address Contest. So basically, Jillian, would you do the honors? Just take a name from this bag that has all the return addresses. Whoever wins will get a notebook and a button. Geography Now. We ran out of the scratch-off map, so now we're going to do merchandise. You can also get these at geographynow.com if you would like. All right, what do we got, Jillian?
All right, so we have Santosh from Mauritius.
Mauritius! Ah, our first
You have
Mauritian
one.
winner. Yeah. All right, guys. So thank you so much for sending all this stuff. I love putting your hometowns and countries on display. Thank you, guys. Hope you have a good one. You've just been flagged. Stay cool. Stay tuned.